I'm going to skip over some of these for the YouTube videos because they're similar, but I'm going to post this PowerPoint so you can see the problems to work with them. So on this one, they want you to use the sign function to find all the solutions to the equation. And what they mean by graphing the sign function, they don't mean the unit circle. What they mean is graphing the sine wave. So you plot the t on the x-axis, and you plot the sine value as the y-axis. And your calculators will do that for you. We're going to be actually using your calculators in groups today. You've got to be able to graph on that because it really makes it easy for you. And then what you do is you draw a line at y equals 0. So I bolded it here in red. That's y equals 0. And the reason I did that is I'm looking for the answers at sine 0, sine t equals 0. So I'm setting that equal to 0. And then I just look where my graph and that line cross each other. They cross at negative 3 pi, negative 2 pi, negative pi, 0, pi, 2 pi. I got the answer. And by the way, on your calculators, you have this tracer button. So you can actually move from the tracer button to each of those locations. It will tell you what it is. So the answer, the way your book wants it, is k pi. It's just all multiples of pi. And on the quizzes and tests, you can put all multiples of pi as soon as you see the answer. You can also see it from the unit circle. Where's sine 0? It's 0 at pi, and it's 0 at 2 pi. You can see where it's 0 by just looking on where the y value is 0. And why do I get all multiples of pi? Because once around, halfway around, each time I go around, I get another one. Because this is a similar one, so I'm not going to do this one. It's identical. This one's a little different, so let's do this one. This is cosine if t is equal to 1. Where's cosine equal to 1? So if cosine is equal to 1, you draw the cosine graph on your calculator. And then you also can tell it to draw y equals 1 on the calculator too, so that'll make that horizontal line. There's a little thing called y equals somewhere on your calculator. Yeah, you know how to do it. There's a graph button, and when you hit that graph button, it'll say y equals. So you can put more and more things in there. So you can put y equals cosine t, and you can also put y equals 1, and it'll make this graph for you on your calculator. So then you just look where the graph crosses, and you'll notice that I drew this line down to see where the graph crosses. It's negative 2 pi, then it does it again at 0, and then it does it again at 2 pi, every even multiple of pi. And that would be an acceptable answer on a quiz. You can just see it. And if you take your tracer button, you don't have to draw this line down to see where it is. The tracer button you'll see it move up, the cursor will move up, and on the side it'll have the x and y values. So you can see that it's 2 pi equals 0. You can see what they are from this, the tracer button.